Are you struggling to get your website noticed? It's one of the most popular questions I get all the time is how to improve the search rankings, the search results for my website. I know you have that problem. We all do. We've all had that problem at some point in our life. And there are various ways of improving search results, some good, some not so good. What I want to talk to you today briefly is about the best ways of improving SEO, search engine optimization, and it all comes down to some fundamentals that I preach about a lot here about content marketing, about using pure content, useful, unique content to grow your website, and by doing so, you're growing your search results, the SEO of your website. When you talk about the options of SEO, one of the more popular ones in the last few years has been paid search, where you go in and pay a website like Google to own certain keywords. So when someone puts in a keyword, say content marketing, your website would appear at the top of the list. It's an artificial way of getting there. If you stop paying Google, you're not going to be at the top of the list, especially if you haven't done the fundamental work of creating a good website that has rich content about your product or your service. If you're artificially getting there but not doing the hard work of getting there naturally, when you stop paying the money, you're going to disappear. And so all that traffic will disappear with it. The best way to do this, the long-term growth strategy that I talk about with content marketing, is an organic way, a natural way of growing your website. One of the first things to do when it comes to content marketing and creating better bang for your buck is by creating useful content, something that actually helps people. This is one of the hardest things that a lot of people understand is being useful to your customers, not necessarily to yourself. You know, think of it this way. When you talk about creating content that can help people, if I were to come in to a restaurant and sit down, and the waiter came up to me and said, you know, we've got money problems here at this restaurant, so we really need you to buy our food. Would you likely stick around or maybe even come back to that restaurant? That's not your problem. Your problem is I'm hungry and I want some really good food or something to drink. But the business, that's not their problem. Their problem is, hey, we're trying to make payroll. But they understand that the best way to get customers to come back and to grow their business is to fill the needs of their customers, not their own needs. So it's the same way with your business and your website. You need to create things that answer the questions and help people of your customers, not you. It really, in the big scheme of things, it doesn't really matter what your problems are. It matters what your customers' problems are, and are you solving them? That's where useful websites, useful content comes in. The more useful content you can create on your website, the better off. Number two, unique content. I can't stress this enough. You've got to be original. You can't just go out and copy and paste stuff. In fact, Google back in February of 2011 really changed their algorithms and started punishing websites that had made it a practice of just going and copying, pasting content from other successful websites. They were getting all this search traffic on work that they didn't do. Well, Google clamped down on that and really put a lot of websites in a world of hurt when that happened back just a few years ago. So as a result, websites that were creating unique, useful content all of a sudden got rewarded, and that's still true today. You create unique, useful content, you will get rewarded. The last thing, number three, frequency. You've got to do this on a regular basis. If you create unique, useful content once a year, sorry, it doesn't matter. You've got to do something on a regular basis. I encourage all my clients to post something to their blog or their website once a week, at least once a week. Also to their YouTube at least once a week, and then to social media at least once a week. Frankly, it needs to be even more than that. But if I can at least get you in the habit of doing this once a week on all of your digital platforms, pretty soon you're going to start building a very useful, unique library of content, and the search engines will reward you as long as that content is useful and unique to your product or your service. Do you need help with that? Contact us here at Cross Digital. We'll be glad to help you on that. Just visit the website at crossdig.com and learn how we can start helping you today.